Alright guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Marty. I'm going to be doing a couple of different things. Not 100% sure of the direction of this channel. I said I'm hoping to kind of show stuff that I'm fixing. Basically it's mainly kind of audio kit because my background is I've worked as a sound engineer for 30 years, I've worked as an audiovisual tech for 30 years. I've got a degree in electronics I got way back, and I have used it for the job that I've been doing, but it's very rare that I actually get to sit down and bench something and go through, learn it, find out what the problems are, and just hopefully fix it, to be honest. This is a DI box. Now, I'm not going into what it actually does. Basically, you've got a line level in there, so you've got an unbalanced line level in there, and then you've got an XLR, just a balanced output. Balanced output just means that you can run long runs of cable, and there's not going to be any, if there's any kind of like mains runs or like somebody switching on something that might cause a spike in the audio signal while it's running through the cable. A balanced cable eliminates that, as where a non-balanced cable doesn't, unfortunately. So these are very handy boxes when you've got a mixing desk at the back of the room and you have a band on stage. So what I'm just going to kind of get into it and show you what's inside this. It's been a long time since I've opened this up. This is over 30 years old. It was from a company I worked for 22 years, and over that time, when kit got old and not reliable, generally they would just throw it out, which is a shame. So there's kind of stuff that I kind of just went and asked if I can have it, and fortunately last time I fixed this, but now recently, while using this in the house for various different things like guitars and stuff, noticed there was a horrendous noise at the start of it. I'll let you listen to the noise. I'm guessing it's something to do with capacitors in here, so I can't really remember what's in here. So we'll have a wee look at it and see if we can fix it. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope this video is not too long. And as I said, I'll have more content with various other different things coming up. So let's get on with it. Okay, I've got an XLR here plugged into a little media mixer and a couple of speakers, so you should be able to hear the noise it makes. And you plug it in, join the phantom power, and you can hear that. That's not a good thing you want going through a PA system, and it just constantly goes and goes and goes and goes. So we're going to take it apart, and we're hopefully going to see what capacitor values I've got, and hopefully I've got some, and we can replace it. So let's get going with that. Get an appropriate screwdriver for this. Let's see. And I think I need a smaller screwdriver for this. It's One of the things I always keep when I'm working on stuff is little tubs and things, just to keep all the screws for each project together. Then I get a better screwdriver, go, remember these have been around for about 30 years. They haven't been used for a long time. I'd use them occasionally, but the last time I used them I realised there was a lot of noise on it. So if I can try and minimise that, then that would be pretty good. There's always a band or something turns up and they need a DI box and maybe there's not enough on site, so it's always good to have one in your bag, just in case. It saves a lot of grief, to be honest. Right, let's try and see. Take these off, and oops, I probably need better pliers for this. Ooh. Tired today. So take these off for the jacks. So this will come off with a bit of persuasion. But you can't need to undo the other side. We've got all these bits. So everything is going back into this little tub, so we don't lose anything. So it's always a good idea if you're taking stuff apart as well is to take pictures as you go, just in case you forget where things go, any kind of ribbon, cables, screws, anything like that. It's always a good thing. So if you can see, I always like Canford audio stuff. Always built stuff very similar. But we'll see what it's like inside. Hopefully we can replace a couple of capacitors. I'm not sure. I opened these up a long time ago, so I can't remember what's inside, to be honest. So here we go. So yeah, I'll maybe speed this bit up. Take this cap off. Yep, I can already. I'm just hoping that screw is going to come out. There we go. And now you can see what's inside. Now this obviously was a rough fix. Wow. I think what had happened was you can put a 9-volt battery in there, and I think the plastic became quite brittle, and there is a spring on the other side, as you can see, which pushes the battery into two contacts. To see if you can see that, there's two contacts down there, and it's basically pushed the whole compartment out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave that, but I need to check and see what these capacitors are up to. Now, looking at these capacitors, they look pretty good, to be honest. But normally they'd be bulging, but they look actually pretty good. We've got other capacitors there, in there. I don't have any of them, to be honest. Now, just trying to see what they are. We need to take them out. Oh, there we go. Right, so I think they're kind of look like metal film. I need to look it up. Is it 0.1 nanofarad, 100 volt? I need to have a wee look and see, and I need to order them up if this doesn't work, but I can definitely have a look and see. I'm not sure if I've got these, but I'll take them off and double check what we've got here. I always like to mark stuff up. So that's just soldering, because you can never see the other side. So I've got 2 points, so I need to get the soldering up and running. And we've got, don't need it. What you would normally do is, I would normally do is take a picture. If there's nothing marked on the PCB board, then I would, I can see there's a positive on each of them, so if there's nothing marked, I would take a picture just to make sure that I was getting the capacitors round the right way. So yeah. So next thing is the soldering iron heating up. Got my little helping hands. So great buy this. I got it for £5 out of Lidl or Aldi. I'm not sure. I do just a couple of adjustments. Make sure we've got this. And turn it upside down. Need to make sure these are super tight. I'll turn it at an angle as well, just slightly. And dear, I think I've had too much coffee today. Right, soldering iron, solder, solder sucker. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take the solder off these two just now. Yeah, I've definitely had too much coffee. I am planning on getting a better desolder, but at the moment this is all I've got to play with. So, oh no, it's gone across a track. I need to clean that up once I take it. So what I'll do is I'll take the pliers to it. Let's see if I can grab that underneath and just ease it out while I am easy in practice. Right, let's try this again. I am left-handed, so sometimes my setup isn't perfect. But yeah, that capacitor looks as though it's okay. It might be bulging a wee bit. We'll see what we've got. So that is, let's have a wee look. It's a 35 volt, 100 microfarads. Right, okay. Check what the other one is as well. I think they're both the same, to be honest. They're the same. I need to clean it up a wee bit. This is getting awkward. I will admit I am not the best. I've been soldering for about 30 years, but I am rubbish at it. I am not making any claims to this. Right. Take some of the solder off. I'm kind of hoping this works, because it's always good to have extra stuff when you're doing sound. Jeez, can't see. I need a light underneath. Okay. I have definitely had too much coffee. This is the thing, it's too much coffee and you're trying to solder. It's a nightmare. Let's try and do it this way so I can actually see. Yeah, the capacitor was. It's just a case of whiling it out. Oh, that's gone. Hold on a second. That's the same type of capacitor. Right, let's go inside and see where my capacitor box is. Left out. Let's see what I've got. Right, it's 100 microfarad and 25, and that's a 35. 100 and that's a 16. Oh, no, not maybe. There's nothing there that. As long as you keep the capacitor rating. Right, okay, I've got some random components which have either been salvaged from other things or let's have a look. So obviously there two. I bought them for a Canford desk. I always buy in bulk. I never buy singles or anything like that. It's a 16 volt, 680 microfarad. Have a look in here. I just got, because I buy lots of different kits as well. 50 volt. So it's okay if the voltage is higher. It's actually, from what I've read, it's actually better. Somebody could correct me on that, but that's your 100 microfarad. So hopefully another one, and it looks as though I have. Oh, score, excellent. Cool. So I've got two. I've even got to put some more in there, I think. So that's handy. So let's get back to soldering this. Now looking at that, obviously these are a different size, so they're probably going to stick out a wee bit more. Now looking at a capacitor, for people who don't know, that's the negative side. It's an electrolytic capacitor, and this is the positive side. This is marked positive. So negative side goes to the other side. Stick it through. Oh, I'm going to have to. Yeah. Okay. Give me a second. I need to kind of tidy this up a wee bit somehow. I need to tidy this up somehow. worry that's gone onto that track. What I'm going to do is see if I can clean it up. Hold on a second. What I use to clean. I find this very good, actually. So I use lighter fluid. And just to clean stuff up. Because it evaporates. So just give it a minute or two to evaporate. Clearly before you put the soldering iron on. Because obviously it's lighter fluid. You don't want anything to go up in flames, basically. So, wait a second, just going to wipe this stuff away. Thank you. Lovely. Now, 18, right. 18 minutes in, so okie dokie. I need to take some of the solder because it's going through. This one here helps to push the trigger down, doesn't it? Yep. Right, try this again. Oh, I'm losing the plot here. Right, positive, negative. Straight in. Cool, that's looking good. Now you can see how bad my soldering is. From this, I'm going to do a bit of solder. I'm not using any flux, basically. I really should. The stuff I've got is rubbish, and there's flux in this holder, so I can surely get away with it. And next one, I should have put both of them in right. They're not shiny. Right, so this goes in here. It's always good for your old kit and you're able to replace the capacitors on it. And capacitors are the one thing. I mean, capacitors are wonderful things, but their actual lifespan is not long compared to other components. And once the capacitor goes, they can take out other components in the circuit as well. I had a power supply for a mixing desk, and capacitors were bulging in the mixing desk. But I did a wee bit of fault finding, and I found out it was one of the diode had completely blown, one of the diodes on the board. So I replaced the diode and replaced the two capacitors with a larger voltage on them, and lo and behold, the whole thing was up and running and working fine. And it cost me 60 pence for a packet of 10 diodes. I never had them, and I've got lots and lots of components. Right, let's go for this and see if this works. A moment of truth. Don't laugh if it doesn't. I'll just do it while it's open. I said that I can't replace these capacitors I don't have them, so see if that makes any difference to this. If I can find the XLR. Lovely. And make sure that's turned down. Plug it in. I don't make a good noise, did it? Ooh. Oh, right, that might be why. I'll turn on. Oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Hold on. Nope, not the slightest bit of difference. Oh, cool. Well, that's actually going now, so that is an improvement. That's not too bad. So what we'll do is we'll plug in a tone. Let's see if this works. Got to double check. That's input. That seems to be a wee bit muted. Wasn't me. Let's see. And that is totally clean. Not bad. But it's not. I will need to replace the other capacitors. But the new capacitor, the two new capacitors, the electrolytic capacitors, seem to have done the job. So maybe this is something that I can stick in my kit bag. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Right, so I'm going to put it back together. And I'll spare you that. I'm kind of pleased with that. But yeah, I would have preferred if there was no noise at the beginning, to be honest. So I'm just going to stick this back together. There's nothing else. I mean, I don't really need to clean it up. It's kind of been well protected. Obviously this doesn't look good, but there's be using phantom power instead of instead of battery. But I know I'll check that the battery is actually working, and if I can get this into the right way around, that would be good. Hey. And put this plate back on. I never checked out, but oh yeah, it was 100 volt. I'll have a look back at the video and see if I can find the capacitors online, and let's see if I can fix it. Now, what I've forgotten to put in here is the little insulators. So I believe that one went on first. That one. Oh, there seems to be too many. Seems to be 6 of those. I'll just see. Oh no. I'm just gonna. I wish I'd actually noticed what way around these went, but I don't think it really matters, to be honest. I'll just put the plastic one in the middle, and I'll leave the all plastic. So I seem to have missing one. Yeah, I'm missing one. Oh great. Ah well. Oh, it's in there. Cool. Right, okay. Now, putting this back together. They're pretty solid things, these. And you see the actual transformer inside. It is super heavy. So these feel really chunky. Now I'll save you. I'll fast forward this. Now, right you go. Clean away. Right, that is that. Do you want to try one more test? I will have to put the camera off now and do an extra bit at the end. Okay. Thank you very much. Right, that is that. Do you want to try one more test? I will have to switch the camera off just now and do an extra bit at the end. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, we're back again. What I've done, well, what I'm going to do is I am going to test the battery. I should have actually done that in the first place. So first of all, I need to find the battery. I'll put these back on actually just now. Just needs help. The jack inputs so they don't. And obviously, if a jack gets forced into that, and it's just basically the socket mounted onto the PCB board, it eventually will snap and break and needs help keep that from happening. So I need to find a battery. Stick this away. And I have a number of batteries. I'll get my little voltmeter. Basically, it's not so little to be honest. Outputs 8 volts. Try this battery. Let's have a wee look and see. Right, so 7 volts. That's kind of low. I'm not. I'll maybe see if I can use that for something else. Another one here. I always put tape over the top of 9 volt batteries. The reason being, if your battery's sitting, if you've got it out and you leave it out, or it's sitting in a drawer, and if there's another bit of metal in the drawer and it shorts out, the battery can heat up and drain the battery. It could even cause a fire. So always put, especially rechargeable batteries. I've had one explode. I left one on my desk and had a can of Coke next to it, and it got pushed next to it, and all of a sudden the whole thing exploded. Wasn't fun. So let's just test this. Right, so that's 9 volts, so that's good. So we'll put this in there. And now I've got to try and remember that goes upside down. Have a wee look at positive and negative. There we go. Stick that in. Hopefully that bit at the back will hold. It's held for a long time, so I don't see why not. Now, right, I will plug this in to the desk. Switch my speakers on. And find the XLR, which has been thrown to the floor. No, it's not. Okie dokie. Plug this in. No factory power on your desk. Oh, there's no noise at all. Startup noise. Well, I should have done that in the first place. So maybe it just works with it. We'll double check that that's actually working. Need to get my tone. Unplug that. And we've got my input. Let's see. Oh. Maybe that's the reason why it's not working. Hold on a second. Let's double check. Let's double check the tone is on. Okay. Should be going through. I've plugged it into the output. What an idiot, eh? There's a bit of a... Still nothing. Still nothing coming through. That's kind of weird. Definitely got this playing. Oh, it's up quite high. Oh, I can hear it. It's coming through really low. Really low. That's pretty clean. It's just because the gain is down, I think. But I've not changed any of the settings on it. But yeah, that's totally clean. I'm going to take that out. It's not. Yeah, so the battery actually works. The thing is, you just got to make sure that the battery's. Oh, that's just me touching the end of the jack. Just got to make sure that you've got a good battery in that. It'll be interesting to see when your battery, how long that actually runs for. At least use phantom power on it, and you can use a battery on it. So that's good to know. I mean, obviously there's still that wee bit of buzzing at the start. Sounds like a wet fart, but yeah, we'll just be wary of it and soon just use it as a backup if I ever need it. And use it in the house as well. So that's great. Okay, I'd like to say thank you for watching my video and putting up with me. I'm saying it's probably been a wee bit clunky, but I've had fun making it. I've always wanted to do something like this, so long may it continue. I've got other projects happening. I've got other things that I did during lockdown. It's just kind of really big projects. I built a model railway and I added a lot of electronics to it, so I'll be doing some things and showing what kind of electronics I've added into it. I've used our Arduinos with it, and so I hope for some people that are interested, fellow model railwayers, they like that. For all you fellow sound techs and lighting techs and video techs, I hope you like the other side of the content. But anyway, this is my first video, so it's me signing off. I'm Marty, and I'll see you guys later.